friends, welcome to Eloquent English classes and I'm Jyoti. Friends, I hope you're all well. Even I have come to my native place and it's very beautiful outside. You can see the greenery all around. The birds are chirping and the cuckoo bird is singing. So I also thought of doing something different today. Friends, do you remember we have done idioms and phrases in one of my videos? So I'll take the first part of it and explain you in a very practical way. So I have concocted a conversation between two neighbors and made use of most of the idioms and phrases we have done in part 1 of my video. So let's get started. The conversation is between Mr. Mehta and Mr. Kaushal. So Mr. Mehta says, "How are you, Mr. Kaushal?" Mr. Kaushal replies, "I'm good, sir. Thanks." Then Mr. Mehta again asks him, "When did you return from Pune?" Actually, Mr. Kaushal had gone to Pune to drop his daughter in a boarding school. So Mr. Kaushal replies, "I came yesterday." And Mr. Mehta again asks him, "Has she adjusted in the new environment?" So to this, Mr. Kaushal says, "Not yet. It will take some time, but I miss her so much because she is the apple of my eyes." The apple of my eyes. See how I have used this idiom here. Then Mr. Mehta assures him, says him, "Don't worry, Pune is at a stone's throw distance. You can always visit her." So Mr. Kaushal replies in affirmative, and then he asks about the locality. He says, "Is everything well in the locality or all well?" And Mr. Mehta says, "No, sir, I'm sorry to say that Mr. Das breathed his last 4 days ago." Breathed his last. So there was silence for some time. And then Mr. Kaushal, in a very serious mood, in a very grave mood, he says, "Mr. Das was a kind-hearted person, very helping, and above all, he was a good human being. May his soul rest in peace." To this, Mr. Mehta says, "Come on, Mr. Kaushal, why are you being so depressed? I remember how you quarreled with him that day. You were at loggerheads with him." Now, Mr. Mehta says, "Don't pretend to be sad. I know you had strained relationship with him." So Mr. Kaushal replies, says that, "But it doesn't mean that I'll think ill about him. I'm worried about his family because his elder son is tied to his wife's apron and his wife is an ailing woman. Not tied to his wife's apron." Look at the uses here. Then Mr. Mehta says, "Yes, you're right." And in the meantime, what happens, Mr. Kaushal's both the sons opened the door frantically and threw their bats and balls at 6s and 7s. And Mr. Kaushal shouted at them. He said, "What's wrong with you, Rohan and Shan? Can't you keep your things in an apple pie order? Apple pie order. Learn some manners and be disciplined." So he was very angry with both his sons. So look at the idioms used here. Now children feel sorry and go to their rooms. So here ends your conversation. So look how I have used this conversation in a very practical way. So, friends, I'll come up with another conversation or any other story for the second part of our idioms and phrases also. So, that's all for today. Thank you very much. And if you liked it, please don't forget to share, subscribe to my channel, and comment. Thank you very much.